from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Good evening. This is the National News Broadcast coming to you live from the Rupavahini Studios, bringing your stories for today. I'm Sharam Masquinius.
Good evening. I'm Charita Binipurarachi, and let's move on to the headlines for tonight's news.
The Asala Perahara of the Kandy Sri Dalada Maligawa successfully ends. An increase in the rainy weather condition in the next 3 days. Measures to set up capital market clubs in selected 100 schools. The Sinopec filling stations commence full distribution, a 3 rupee price reduction for a litre. The Electrical Engineers Association is hopeful of granting relief to electricity consumers. 73 persons killed in a fire in South Africa.
And we take a look at local news now, starting off with the main story. Distribution of fuel on the official level from the Sinopec filling stations has got underway at the Mattekoda filling station in Kottawa today. The aim of the new program is to engage in the distribution of fuel in Sri Lanka on a competitive and vibrant basis. Measures are underway to commence market promotion activities in the first round by selling a litre of fuel with a discount of 3 rupees. Steps have also been taken to set up 150 filling stations before October this year. Under the program, the Sinopec company is scheduled to come into an agreement with the marketing representatives. The filling stations have been given a work permit for 20 years. 50 more filling stations are expected to be established by July of next year. Long-term contracts are also scheduled to be signed in the times ahead for production, storage, distribution and marketing of fuel on the local level. The Asala Perahara of the Kandy Sri Dalada Maligawa has successfully ended with the water cutting ritual at Mahaveli River in Gatame today.
The 1713th Historic Upcountry Asala Festival's final Randori Perahara has paraded the streets last night. The majestic tusker has set foot on the Sandagala stone at the auspicious time of 7:03 p.m. to commence the final Perahara. The fortune of carrying the sacred casket of the Randoli final pageant was bestowed upon Vasana Tusker of the Ruhunukataragama Mahadevalaya. The tusker was flanked by the 2 other tuskers, Singharaja of Sri Dalada Maligawa and Kandula of the Kalani Raja Mahaviharaya. Record crowds were present to witness the final historic Randoli Perahara. Among the distinguished gathering included the President Ranil Wickremesinghe and ambassadors of foreign countries. The water cutting ritual was conducted at the 4 Mahadevalayas this morning. Water cutting pageant performed the tradition at the Gatame port in Mahaveli River. The daytime Perahara of the Asala festival has commenced at the auspicious time of 1:16 p.m. today. The Perahara has started from the Asgiri Gedige Raja Mahaviharaya, Singharaja Tusker of the Sri Dalada Maligawa basket. The other 2 tuskers accompanied it were Kandula of the Kalani Raja Mahaviharaya and Mian Raja of the Sri Dalada Maligawa.
The Deyawadana Nilame of the Sri Dalada Maligava Pradeep Nilangadala handed over the Asala Perahara scroll to the President Ranil Wickremesinghe this afternoon.
The scroll highlighted the meticulous execution of the annual Asara Perahara and Kandy Sri Dalada Maligava, a magnificent cultural festival celebrated with great reverence for accompanied by the Nilames of Satrabaha Devale and Pidisara Devala, including the Deyawadana Nilame of the Sri Dalada Maligava Pradeep Nilangadala. The procession made its way to the Kandy President's house. The President warmly welcomed them at the main gate of the premises. In accordance with customs, the Deyawadana Nilame formally presented the scroll of memorandum to the President. As a symbol gesture, the President offered a fruit tree to the baby elephant Sindhu, reminiscent of the elephants that grace the procession. Continuing the tradition, a ground photo was taken with the Nilames and the President.
Aswasama beneficiaries are now able to receive payments from state banks.
Large numbers of recipients were seen lining up in front of the banks to get the funds this morning as well. The government has released a sum of nearly 4.5 billion rupees to be distributed among beneficiaries under the first stage of the program. Accordingly, 699,000 out of 1.5 million were given payments in installments recently. Disbursement of funds are being carried out by state banks, including the Bank of Ceylon and the People's Bank. Aswasama recipients in 354 Gramalidahari divisions in the Polonnaru district have also received funds through the state banks yesterday. Many low-income Aswasama beneficiaries in the Anuradhapura district have also received their payments yesterday. Large crowds have flocked at state banks in the Bandaragama town in Kaludara district to receive their dues. Low-income recipients in Badulla area also got their Aswasama benefits yesterday, as they have thanked the government for the relief granted for them. Long queues of Aswasama recipients have also been witnessed in Hatton and Bhagavantalava areas. Aswasama funds were also distributed among recipients in the Kegol district today.
The Department of Meteorology says that there is a higher probability of increasing rainfall in the northwestern region of the island in the next 2 or 3 days. Director of the department, Atula Karunanayaka, says substantial rainfall is expected in the western, Sabaragamuwa and central provinces. There is also a possibility of the occurrence of evening showers in the eastern and Uva provinces, as well as the districts of Polonnaruwa, Vaunia and Mullaitivu. The dry weather condition in Hambantota district has ended with the lashing of rainfall in many areas last night. Our correspondent says that rainy weather patterns are witnessed in the district today as well. A bow tree was reported to have fallen at the Kurundavihara in Godagama, Homagama during rainfall at dawn today. Our correspondent says that 2 Buddhist shrines and a wall were damaged as a result. Boulders and the Iranavila coastal belt in Chilla were damaged due to windy weather condition. The national television reporter says many breakwater stone mounds were washed into the sea at several locations. The resident says that this has resulted in an increase in sea erosion of the coastal areas. The Department of Coastal Conservation have erected the stone bunds a few months ago by taking into consideration of the rough nature of the seas during the off-season.
It has been decided to commence on the 15th October or at a day closer to this day the paddy cultivation activities in the upcoming Mahaseason. Opinions have been expressed in this regard at a discussion conducted with the participation of representatives of the relevant fields of agriculture in Colombo recently. The meeting, which was presented over by the Minister of Agriculture Mahinda Amaravira, was attended by officials in the departments of Agriculture, Meteorology, Mahaveli and Irrigation as well. Farmers' representatives were also joining the function. It has also been disclosed on this occasion that 2023-2024 Maha season and the 2024 Yala season could become two crucial cultivating seasons. This was due to the warnings issued by the local and foreign meteorological sources regarding the eruption once again of a dry climatic condition in the next Yala season, as well as torrential rainfalls in the months of October and November in the upcoming Maha season as a result of the El Nino condition.
President Ranil Wickremesinghe says that the future generation will be empowered with latest technology as well as financial literacy. He points out that this is an essential task in Sri Lanka's journey towards new economic methodology and a developed country by the year 2048. The President has made these remarks participating in the inauguration ceremony of the program to set up 100 capital market clubs in selected schools held at the Nugavela Central College in Kandy today. The program intends to broaden knowledge on share market under a concept of the President. The collaborative effort behind the program involves the President's Secretariat, the Ministry of Education, the Securities and Exchange Commission and the Colombo Stock Exchange. Secretary to the Ministry of Education M.M. Ranasinghe, Director General of the Securities and Exchange Commission Chintaka Mendis and the Chief Executive Officer of the Colombo Stock Exchange Rajiva Bandaranaike have signed the Memorandum of Understanding on the program. President Ranil Wickremesinghe has presented the charter certificate and a grant of 100,000 rupees to Principal of the College Dhammika Bandara, marking the establishment of the Capital Market Club at the college. The President has also handed over a compilation of knowledge-based books on capital market clubs to teacher in charge at the school Achini Kanitivela. The artistic contributions of the college's arts teacher Nayana Vijayakon were also acknowledged with the presentation of a portrait of President Ranil Wickremesinghe. President Ranil Wickremesinghe said that for a considerable period, the country was operated within the paradigms of the industrial age that characterized the mid-20th century, and these principles infiltrated political landscape. The outcomes of this approach don't need elaboration, he said, that focus must now shift towards advancing without regressing into the abyss that threatens our nation's progress. It's imperative to decide whether we should persist with mid-20th century policies or chart a new course with fresh perspectives. The President has further pointed out that while embracing this change, it is paramount to introduce modern technology to the nation. Substantial efforts are already underway, both within the Ministry of Education and various research institutes. Consequently, determining the implementation of new technological methods becomes a pivotal task. He added that his aspiration is to introduce discussions on central bank report within schools starting from the upcoming year. The President also said that he is actively engaging with the Ministry of Finance in this endeavour. In order to facilitate this, the government is equipping both teachers and student leaders with training while also garnering support from the bank officials. The emerging economy Sri Lanka is shaping is both environmentally conscious and digitally driven. Within the framework of this green and digital economy, securities hold their place. This paradigm shift introduces novel approaches. The President has emphasized that complementing this transition, the focus extends to an offshore economy. Discussions involving specialized bar associations in London are shaping the corresponding legal landscape. A critical decision lies before the country whether to embrace these pioneering economic systems or remain in stagnation. President further pointed out that they provide the essential knowledge, but the hands-on application lies in the hands of the people. The program, which was inaugurated today, has selected 100 schools for participating with the intentions to expand this number subsequently. The President has urged the stock market and the Securities Exchange Commission to actively collaborate and extend the involvement. Minister Susi Premajanta said that a pioneering initiative has been launched today. It aims to equip school leavers with substantial knowledge to engage as informed investors. He added that by bridging the gap between theoretical instruction and practical experience, this project seeks to empower students with a profound understanding of investment dynamics and the workings of capital market. Minister Kelly Rambukwala, State Ministers Lohan Ratwatte, Dilum Amnugama, Parliamentarian Gunathilaka Rajapaksa, Central Province Governor Lahiru U. Gamage, President Secretary Samaneka Naika, Chairman of the Colombo Stock Exchange Dilshan Vijayasekara and other government officials have also graced the event.
Minister Dr. Bandulu Gunawardena says Sri Lanka would not be able to come out of the debt payment crisis until the year 2048, despite whoever the leader under whichever government comes into power. The minister has made these remarks addressing the Particular District Coordinating Committee meeting today. The minister presiding over the meeting at the Particular District Secretary's Office Auditorium has also made a clarification regarding the development activities in the district regarding the relating fields of transports and highways. He has further pointed out that development in all provinces, including the Eastern Province, has come to a standstill under the restructuring of the foreign debt. Minister Bandulu Gunawardena said that there is no political solution. Whoever comes to power will not be granted any foreign debt until the debt payment is done. The international debt of the country is nearly $36 billion. Until 2047, whoever comes to power with any sort of government, there is no possible escape from the debt crisis that the country is facing unless it is solved in a systematic process by repaying the remaining debt. By October, the country is expecting to have a deal with foreign creditors with regard to settlement of foreign debt in order to get new loans. Eastern Province Governor Senthil Thondaman, Chairman of the Particular District Coordinating Committee, and State Minister Shivanesathurai Chandakranthan and other people's representatives were also present. And meanwhile, a special medical team has treated the injured Agbo tusker today as well.
The front left foot of the tusker was seriously injured as a result of setting off a trap gun laid down by a hunter. A medical team headed by the wildlife veterinarian in charge of the Anuradhapura region, Chandana Jayasinghe, has been treating Agbo since 12 June this year. Special medical teams under direction of the wildlife veterinary director, Dr. Tharaka Prasad, were engaged in treating the animal on several occasions. An X-ray examination and wound dressings were conducted today.
US Senator Chris Van Hollen, currently engaged in a tour in Sri Lanka, has met President Ranil Wickremesinghe at the President's house in Kandy last evening. Senior Presidential Advisor on National Security and Chief of the Presidential Staff Sagala Ratnayaka and US Ambassador in Sri Lanka Jolie Chung has also participated in the discussion.
Electrical Engineers Association says with the decline in the electricity generation expenditure due to receipt of rainfall, the consumers will be benefited. Media spokesman and senior electrical engineer Nandika Pathirage of the association said at a media briefing that the relief to the consumers is expected by January of next year. Media spokesman of the Electrical Engineers Association, Senior Electrical Engineer Nandika Pathirage, said that there will certainly be no power cut in the future. The rainy climate will be expected to continue in the following months. They are expecting that reservoirs will be full to the exhaust level by the month of November and December, and considering the fact that northwestern monsoon being active, the usage of coal power plant could be also reduced.
And meanwhile, the director of the Lady Ridgeway Children's Hospital, Dr. G. Vijayasuriya, says that it was not the first occasion of reporting a meningococcal meningitis patient from Sri Lanka. Therefore, he reiterates that there is no need to have unnecessary fears on the disease. Director of the Lady Ridgeway Children's Hospital, Dr. G. Vijayasuriya, said that there is no need to have unwanted fears. He further said that those who are having symptoms such as fever, headache, vomiting, body pains or rashes on the skin, they should immediately come to the hospital for an examination. The unnecessary treatment medicine for the diseases is available at the hospital. Dr. Vijayasuriya further said that the diseases meningococcal meningitis was reported from the island in previous years as well, and the patients were treated.
The Vietnam Embassy in Sri Lanka held a banquet in Colombo recently to celebrate the 78th anniversary of independence. The Vietnamese people commemorate its National Day with a refreshed spirit and renewed enthusiasm for further in-depth and extensive socio-economic reform with a view to accelerating the development process and raising the living standards of the people. Vietnam is an active, responsible member and a reliable partner in the international community, pursuing a foreign policy of independence, sovereignty, openness and diversification of its external relations. That was Minister Mahinda Amaraveera. Ministers Dr. Bandula Gunawarthana, Nimal Siripala De Silva and Susui Premajayantha was present at the occasion. Minister Mahinda Amaraveera and Vietnam Ambassador to Sri Lanka, Mrs. Ho Thi Thang, addressed the event.
I'm pleased and honored to extend a very warm welcome to all of you, Sri Lankans, international and Vietnamese friends, here today to celebrate the 78th anniversary of Vietnam's National Day. We will continue to build on our achievements in the political, economic, and cultural sphere, which I briefly highlighted. In the coming months and years, we are firmly committed to further elevating our two-country relations based on each other's potentials, capabilities, and advantages, while meeting the particular interests of each respective people and making valuable contributions to addressing global issues. As Vietnam continues to progress, we remain committed to holding our values and working hand in hand with Sri Lanka and our international partners across the region and the world over.
I am honored to be here as the chief guest on behalf of the government of Sri Lanka for the happy occasion, the 78th anniversary of the independence of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam. Sri Lanka and Vietnam are bound together by the values of sovereignty, independence and non-alignment, which have formed the bedrock of our diplomatic ties. Over the years, we built a relationship with a solid foundation of trust and the way for meaningful collaboration. Sri Lanka is one of the countries which had first come forward to support the Vietnamese struggle for independence and recognize Vietnam by establishing former diplomatic relations on 21st July 1970. Since then, there have been many high-level visits to produce several agreements to deepen political, cultural and economic ties between the two nations.
And meanwhile, the Department of Railways says recent media reports relating to the Railway Department importing 200 train belts and electricity systems were without any truth. This was disclosed as a media briefing at the Mass Media Ministry today. Chief Engineer, Signals and Communication Chintaka Jayasekara said that with regard to the article displayed in the newspaper, it is to be accepted that the information stated in this about an audit report, but it is to be acknowledged that there are no new railway systems fixed in this year. The report in this article has mentioned that due to the fixing of the new systems, the Railway Department has lost an amount of 500 billion rupees of loss. The chief engineer also said that this is a false claim that the new systems have been added to the service. There is no total loss incurred. There is also a false claim that the new railway systems has been disrupting in a short period of time, less than an year. Introduction of these systems had been done in the years 2017 and 2018, 2 years after the establishment of the systems. Railway Department has encouraged electricity cuts and imposed restrictions that country faced during the last year. They have provided enough information to the audit report. The audit department has accepted information and claims. Stay tuned with international news after this break.
நான் பேங்க் போயிட்டு வரேன். இப்ப full freedom உடன் சிங் என்று பேங்கிங் செய்ய உங்க லைஃபுக்கு செட் ஆகுற நெக்ஸ்ட் ஜென் இன் டிஜிட்டல் பேங்கிங் பார்ட்னர் பீப்பிள்ஸ் பேங்க்.
Let me take a look at foreign news now. Emergency services in South Africa says that a nighttime fire ripped through a rundown in a 5-story building in Johannesburg. Authorities say the building was occupied by homeless people and squatters, leaving at least 73 people dead.
Some of the people living in a maze of shacks and other makeshift structures inside the derelict building themselves out of the windows to escape the fire and might have died in, a local government official said. Authorities believe that as many as 200 people may have been living in the building, including the basement, which could have been used as a parking garage. Others estimated an even higher number of occupants. 7 of the victims were children, the youngest a 1-year-old, according to an emergency service spokesperson. City officials said 141 families were affected by the tragedy but could not say exactly how many people were in the building when the fire started. Many of the people inside were foreign nationals. Emergency crews expected to find more victims as they worked their way through the building. A process slowed by the conditions inside, and another 55 people were injured in the blaze.
Terima kasih, Pantamai.
And on your sports news tonight, we're starting off with details from the Asia Cup and Asian Cup cricket tournament. Match between Sri Lanka and Bangladesh is being played at the Pallekele International Stadium. The Bangladesh team, which came to bat first, has scored 132 runs. My apologies, 164 runs all out. The Sri Lanka batsmen have scored 132 runs for the loss of 5 wickets in their innings a short while ago.
The opening batting partnership of Mohammad Naim and Zaid Hassan of the Bangladesh team lasted only for 4 runs. When Hassan was out for no score, Naim has collected 16 runs and captain Shakib Al Hassan 5 runs. The highest score of the Bangladesh team was Najmun Hussain, who scored 89 runs, and only 4 batters of the Bangladeshi team managed to pass the 10-run limit, and the team's innings were ended in 42 overs and 4 deliveries. Matish Patirana recorded the best bowling figure for Sri Lanka, having 4 wickets for 32 runs, and Mahesh Tikshana was also able to take 2 wickets.
Now, the Pakistan team has recorded the first victory in the Asia Cup cricket tournament by beating Nepal's team by 238 runs yesterday.
In the match played in Multan, Pakistan, the host team batted first to score 342 runs at the loss of 6 wickets at the end of 50 overs. Babar Azam has created in the Asian Cricket Cup history by scoring 151 runs, the second highest score in the tournament. Iftikhar Ahmed also hit 109 runs. The Nepal team was bounded up 414 runs at the end of 23 overs and 4 deliveries. Sompa Khaim was 28, and Pakistani bowler Shadib Khan took 4 wickets for 27 runs. The Pakistani team in the second round play against India on the 2nd of next month at the Pallekele International Cricket Stadium. The Nepalese team will face their second encounter against India at the Pallekele Stadium on the 4th. Babar Azam will be the skipper of the Pakistani team, and Rohit Pode will captain the Nepalese team.
Terima kasih, Pantamai.
That's it. That's a look at Rupavahini News for tonight. Take care of yourself. The weather is really nice. Enjoy. Take care.